Hey guys, I want to talk about nutrition now. Okay, so eating every 3 hours is not necessary for fat loss. You could do it and it gives you great results, but it's not a must. Okay, it's something that we've done for as a society for decades now, and something what we copy from what bodybuilders have done in the 70s and 80s and 90s. But you don't have to do that. Okay, so for this challenge, what we're gonna introduce is a concept called intermittent fasting or IF. The idea is that if you use fasting during the period of fasting, there are certain hormones that are released, and those hormones allow you to burn fat. Okay, uh, and so there's multiple IF out there. The 16-8, 14, 10, and 12, 12 are the three that we will be using for this challenge. Okay, so what does that mean? The first digit, the first number is how many hours you need to be fasting for. The last digit is how many hours you should be eating for. So for this example, IF 16-8. The first number is 16, meaning that I have to fast for 16 hours. Meaning the first meal of the day should be 16 hours from the last meal of the previous day. So, I'll give you an example. I ate uh, last meal I eat was 6 o'clock tonight, meaning that the next meal I should be eating is 10 in the morning the next day. And then after that, I have 8 hours window that I could eat. Okay, first meal should be at 10 o'clock, and then can't eat anything after 6 o'clock. So same example, 16-8, first, you could choose either of the three. Whatever you pick, it has to be the same thing for the rest of the 4 weeks challenge. Okay, most of us naturally go into a 12-12. So that means like we stop eating at 8 o'clock. First meal in the morning is at 8 in the morning. Okay, so again, the other one, depending on what you do for work and how busy you are throughout the day, one might work better than the other. I just need to emphasize is that no matter what time you eat, it has to be the same day every day, and no matter which IF you're doing, it has to be the same one every day. Can you get to pick if you have trouble picking one? I will help you with that, but it has to be the same thing every day. Okay. So we're talking about what time to eat. It has to be the same every day. It doesn't matter what time. It just has to stay the same. Now, how much food do you eat during that time? Um, so let me talk to you about macronutrition. Macronutrition is consists of three things. That's fat, carbohydrates, and protein. Let me correct that. Okay. We do not count calories because 100 calories from a donut is not the same as 100 calories from broccoli, right? So we want to keep track of macros because then we know how much you're eating, and the source that you're eating from is very important. Okay. For this challenge, we only going to be tracking protein and starches only. Okay. Starches are another way of saying carbohydrates. So your macro will be different based on your size and based on how much lean body mass you have. So we will send you a separate email on how much protein you should be eating and how much starches. Starches and carbohydrates are the same. Okay. And then we'll talk more about carbohydrates in that email as well, and explain to you what you need to do with the carbohydrates. Okay. So that's what that is. An IF with macro. Okay. If you have any question, again, I am your nutritionist, so I want to make sure that you reach out to me and let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so let's talk about how to count macro. Um, if you could do this several ways. One is you can use the app Lose It. Is a great app. The other great app is MyFitnessPal. No matter what app you use, I don't care about keeping track of your workouts. I don't care about what it tells you and how much food you should be eating. It's wrong. Just because it uses a very simple formula and it will tell you to undereat. So don't listen to that. Use it so that way you're keeping as a food journal app rather than a fat loss app. Okay. So you can use that and log it in. If you're doing it by hand, a really easy way to do this is that you're only going to count from a direct source. Okay, what I mean by direct source is that every food, or most food to all food out there, is consist to one or two macro. Kind of give you an example. Peanut butter has 16 grams of fat roughly, and then about, I believe, 6 gram or 7 grams of protein. Okay, it has a lot more fat than it does protein, so you want to make sure that you count peanut butter, if you're eating peanut butter, as a source of fat, not a source of protein. Whereas you could count, like, let's say fish, salmon, for example, has a lot more protein, but it also has fat. So we're not going to count the fat part. We're going to count the protein part. So here is a list of proteins, and again, like beef also has fat, but we're only going to count protein. Fish has fat, but we're only going to count the protein part. There are some few exceptions out there that has two macros that are about equal, about the same. Most yogurts are like this. Eggs, if you eat the whole egg, egg yolk and egg white, but if you separate them, then you can control, that's a source of fat or a source of protein. Okay. Um, then starches. Here's a list of starches, and we'll explain more starches in the email as well. But here's a quick set of numbers. The only thing that I want to talk about fat is we're not keeping track of fat. We just want to make sure that we do not eat starches with fat. So, give you an example. Um, don't eat peanut butter and Ezekiel bread. Ezekiel bread is the starch, and then you have um, um, the peanut butter is a source of fat. So make sure that we don't do that. Okay. Um, so that is the macro, how to count it. Also, in your on your package, there is a sheet of paper that show you how to eyeball your food. Baseball, half of baseball is how much starch. A bar of soap is 3 ounces of steak or beef. A deca card is 3 ounces of chicken. Only thing that we didn't put on that sheet is that fish. 3 ounces of fish is about the size of a checkbook. So make sure that you use that to kind of guesstimate your food. Okay, and this is a list of all the food. Okay, eggs white. I'm gonna underline that. Okay. Anything below that line, if you're not a vegetarian, don't use it. Don't eat it. Okay. Anything above that is fine. A source of protein. Starches are here is a good list of starches. Um, 95% of all the food that you should be eating is on this list. 5% of the stuff that's not on the list, I took it out because people were eating too much of it, and there's better options. Or I just simply, forgot. So one of the stuff that we took off since the last one was mushroom, for example. Mushroom is great. There's nothing bad about mushroom. The only thing is that when I ask people to eat more vegetable, people usually eat more mushroom. And the only problem with mushroom, it doesn't have the fiber that I'm looking for. So in this challenge, it's not on the list. You could eat it. It's just not on this list. Okay. Healthy fats is also on this here. So that's a list. And use this to kind of know what to eat. A few things that normally people don't think that are starches and think that they might be vegetables or beans, and hummus, lentil, yam, squash. Yellow squash is a vegetable, but butter squash is a starch. Yeah. Here's the foods that you should avoid: processed food, anything in trans fat, anything that's fried food, mayo, soda, white flour, white sugar, anything in a can. The less processed, the better it is. And no alcohol. This is going to be tough, but save the alcohol for the holidays when you're meeting with the family. But the idea is that alcohol stops the ability to burn fat and build muscle during these this 4 weeks, we want to make sure that you're burning as much fat as possible and building muscle. So it's become counterproductive if we're drinking alcohol. Okay, alcohol only not only does it stop you for a few hours when you're drinking, but it stops you for the next 24 to 72 hours, depending on how well you process that. That's 72 hours. That means that's 3 days. So if you drink on Saturday, your body stops burning fat and building muscle all the way up to Tuesday, and that's just way too long. Okay, so make sure that no alcohol. Okay, um, nutrition myth: fat makes you fat. It does not. Eating fat makes you burn fat. Starches are the one that makes you fat. So that's why we're limiting the starches on this one. And then make sure that we're eating enough fat. Eating late makes you fat. Eating late does not make you fat. Eating bad food late makes you fat. So make sure that we're not eating bad food. Since we're not doing that, then we don't care too much what time you're eating. So if you have to pick what time you could eat, don't worry about, yeah, I'm sleeping an hour after, so I can't eat at that time. If your body could handle it, meaning that you could comfortably eat and then sleep, then I wouldn't worry too much about it. But if you eat and then you either have a bad sleep or can't sleep or whatever, then don't do it. But eating late does not make you fat. Okay, and whole eggs aren't bad for you. Egg yolk is has a lot of nutrition value and it has really good cholesterols. They're great for you. Just be careful knowing that egg white and egg yolks are different. So just kind of remember that. Red meat isn't bad for you. This is all the hormones that's in it. So if you have like a grass-fed beef, then that's good for you. The hormones is what's bad. The hormones is all another reason why I'm asking you guys is it's not a part of the program, but I ask you guys to stay away from dairy. Dairy has a lot of hormones in it, a lot of bad stuff in it because the cow that they use and they have to get to the cow to maturity age faster, so it's pumped with hormones. When they feed the cow, they have to feed it stuff that allows the cow to get more milk from. So then a lot more hormones, and this is why you should stay away from dairy for this challenge. It just helps you lose fat faster. Okay, cheat sheet. Fast food cheat sheet. These are the fast food places that around our gyms, both Cypress and La Havre, that I go to personally, and this is what I order. Okay, so use this if you're need to, but make sure that we're ordering this food and just not going there and ordering whatever. Okay, Chipotle has a lot of starches in their food, so since we get to pick them, just make sure that the beans and the brown rice and aren't together, and make sure that you don't get too much avocado because they can serve um, a lot of avocado. And corn is definitely a starch, so I didn't put that on the list because for several reasons. But corn is a starch, so don't combine corn, beans, and rice. That's a lot. Okay, so that's your list of food. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's talk about your supplements. Supplements are exactly what that is. It's supposed to supplement your nutrition. Okay, so protein powder, protein shakes are a great way to get more protein in. If you work out and the workout is in the time frame that you can eat, then you must have to have a protein powder after your workout. Okay. I'm gonna add something in here that I did not on this list. Instead of protein powder, let's put it BCAA. BCAA. Okay, now BCAA is another form of protein that you should take if you're working out during the time that you're fasting. Then you take BCAA during before the workout, so that way your body is not consuming the your body not consuming muscles and burning fat instead. There's several BCAA out there. The one that I recommend is the BioTrust brand for several reasons. One, is the ratio between the amino acid. Branch chain amino acid has three amino acid. Leucine is the most important out of the three, and they're the most expensive out of the three. So a lot of the other branch chain amino acid, they don't have uh, um, as much. This one has more ratio, so leucine is the better one. Two is that the absorption system that they may they develop in the formula, so that way your body absorbs them. Different absorption system cost more, but you want your body to absorb them as fast as possible, so that way during the workout you have that, right? So the one that we have at our facility is a BioTrust BCAA. It has three kind, and I can't remember on top of my head, but it has three kind of system to have your body absorb it. Most brain chain amino acid only has one, and it has the cheaper one out of the three absorption system. So make sure that you take BCAA, and yeah. So protein powder is the same way. Is that there's different all different version out there, different things. There's three protein shake that we recommend. BioTrust Swig is the one that we sell at our facility, and ProGrade Protein. They're all great protein. They have a few things they have in common is that the isolate whey protein is one of their main ingredient, no artificial sweetener, and they have a 20 to 30 grams of protein. Your body only can about absorb that much in one sitting. Anything more than that, your body doesn't absorb it. You kind of pee it out. Multivitamin is a great thing that you need to do, because we're limiting how much you could eat. You're gonna be I'm not limiting in a bad way, but where you're starving, but you're not going to be eating unlimited fruits and vegetables, especially fruits, where you're going to get all the multivitamins that you need. So you need to take a multivitamin supplement, not pills. It has to be powder form because your body absorbs it better. And pill, your body has a coating to it, and by the time your body actually break it down, it's just too late into the system for you to actually absorb it. So you pee it out, and this is why your pee is always we're looking at neon colors. So again, make sure that it's powder form. We also sell that at our facility. You could do liquid form too, and we don't have that, but you could do liquid form as well. Okay, protein bar. Is a great way for snack. Quest bar is what we recommend, and I just found a vegetarian bar that doesn't have whey, but I can't remember what it is on top of my head. Um, but what you're looking for is to make sure that the bar that you're eating it doesn't have more than anywhere from maximum 7 or 8 net carb. Net carb is total amount of carb minus fiber. Okay, so a lot of time they advertise saying that it only has 1 gram of sugar, but it has net carb of 15. So that's not great. Okay, so that is your supplements. Um, EFA, essential fatty acid, or omega 3s. So here we want to make sure we talk about making sure that you eat or supplement your omegas, so that way it helps with fat loss. Okay, my friend sent me this that he wrote, and it's awesome because it shows you what happened when you have deficiency of omega 3s, and then top reason why you want to have more EFAs or omega 3s. So here they are. So take your time to read them. Okay, so how much omega 3s do you need? Okay, here's the thing, you need about this is a high number. He's writing at 5,000, 6,000 milligram a day. We're looking for 2,000 to 5,000 per day. Okay. Now, e omega-3 has three omegas, APA, EPA, and DHA. So these are the one that we want to look at, is the EPA and DHA. APA is not that great, okay? So fish oil has a lot of them, omegas, but only 300 of its EPA and DHA, okay? So in order for you to take enough, what happened is then you have to take several pills a day to make sure that you're getting enough. One of the option was the Bounty from Costco. The only thing again is you have to take three times a day to get that. Okay, so make sure that we used to tell people this brand, but it's just a lot more consumption. Okay, I'm gonna skip this is BioTrust. I don't like that one as much. The one I like is the Omega Krill from BioTrust. The reason why is they have equivalent of 2.5 uh, of EPAs and DHAs. They're wild caught and a pharmaceutical grade. Pharmaceutical grade is the highest grade that they have out there for supplements. So this is the one I personally use daily, as well as Josh Carter is my friend who also uses it. The note about essential fatty acids is that you could, flaxseed, you could use this from vegetable supplements, plant-based. The only thing is not the same. It has a lot of APA, which we don't like. It does has very little of DHA and the other one. So we want to make sure that we stick to krill oil if you're not a vegetarian. Okay, that's all I have. So you have any question again, I am your nutritionist. Just make sure that you let me ask me or email me or text me. And again, so I want to recap. You want to make sure that you pick an IF, whatever time it is, stick with it. We will email you either sometime soon, either tonight or tomorrow, about what you should be eating, and you should be eating, how much you should be eating, I should say. Today is Saturday. Tomorrow point start tomorrow, so you need to prep your food tomorrow. Okay. Um, have a great day, and you have any questions, just let me know.